Well, good morning, everybody. I did get into the vet late yesterday evening after I figured out it was Friday. I took the pup in, big boy, and this is her diagnosis. She didn't think it was the frontline poison that I put on his back. She thought it was either a snake bite. He chewed, and I didn't see no wounds. Trust me, I went over every inch of that dog, even inside his mouth, everywhere. Down his tail, everywhere. I mean, I didn't leave one spot of that dog unchecked. And I see no wounds, no swelling, no nothing. So I don't believe it was a bite of any kind, a spider bite, a snake bite, a bug bite of any kind. So I ruled that out myself. But she thought it could be that, or he chewed on a frog or a toad and it was poisonous, which is possible. But I see no inflamed mouth. I see no swelling in the mouth. I see no blisters. I see no super redness. You know what I'm saying? No sores, no nothing. Trust me, I checked this dog. Um, and then let's see what else. Anyway, all of her diagnoses didn't make no sense, and she really upheld the front line would not do it. Well, a friend of mine, secret stuff. You need to check out his channel if you're into computers or, let's say, cameras or anything like that. His channel's secret stuff. But he has small dogs and quite a few of them. And he told me, he said, well, bathe the dog in Dawn dishwashing soap. Well, I hadn't even thought of that, but after he said it, it made a lot of sense. I had bathed Big Boy before we ever took him. I took his collar off. I washed it in case there was anything on it. I isolated him for that day and a half, but he started feeling better. Uh, so only thing I got get him to eat was I had cooked a steak and I was eating on it and I gave him a piece of it. Because I've been right hovering over this dog and he ate it. Now that's the only thing he ate in a day and a half. And so I just cooked another one, and he had I didn't feed him, maybe a couple of ounces, maybe not very much because I didn't want to hurt his stomach. And then I fed the rest of the steak to the other small pups. And she told me first thing, quit spoiling the dogs. And I told him that every once, I feed him for the table, if it's meat or whatever. And she said, well, no, she wanted me to buy this healthy dog food, which I have been buying this, top of the line dog food that she sells and the treats she sells. Well, I've come to the conclusion I'm not buying any more of treats of any kind anywhere. I'm not buying any treats for them dogs. Went to the store at the meat market and I bought some meat, beef, pork, and chicken and I'm gonna find me a good recipe. If anybody's got one, please give me one. But I'm gonna start feeding them healthy cooked recipes just like I would eat, uh, minus the things that ain't good for them. Like chocolate or something like that. But if anybody's got a good recipe for and I'm not gonna feed them any more store bought treats at all. And I'm not gonna use. Anybody's got good recipes for home remedies for ticks and fleas? I will bathe them in their puppy shampoo and stuff. But I'm done with this vet. It's time for me to find a new vet. I asked her one final question. I said, "Do you have any pets? Cats, dogs, what?" Oh, she said, "No, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for have animals, pets." She didn't say animals. She said pets. I said, "Okay." So she doesn't have a pet. She I don't know where she's coming from. But anyway, I decided to find me a new vet. And I am going to, like I said, they're not going to get treats. I will cook them. I cooked some ham this morning. I bought a great big old ham. I cut off a couple of slices of that and I cooked it. At least I warmed it up good. And I let it cool in case there was any pathogens in it or anything. Even though I eat it straight off the bone, I didn't know where my pups could. So I gave them that was going to be their treats for the morning. And they all ate it. They're all resting. They've all played. Big boy was playing with the little guy. They're all stretched out on the divan. They're all sleeping good. And that they've been running and playing and everything else. So he's in good shape this morning. Hopefully he don't have another bout or something. But it's time for me to find another vet. She doesn't have pets of any kind. Said she don't have time for that. That's what she said. I don't have time for that. Well, I have time for it. And she told me quit spoiling them. And I said, well, that's what you do with a pet. You spoil it. Maybe sometimes people go overboard. She said baby was overweight. Well, yeah, she's a little bit overweight, but I've watched her diet and I've stopped feeding her as much as, the rest of them. And I decided I have the time to isolate them, feed them twice a day, small meals, medium-sized meals, twice a day, and that way one won't get no more than the other one, and I can find out exactly how much they're eating, and so on and so forth. Now, so far I've been keeping dry dog food down in case they get hungry through the day. They nibble on it, but they don't really eat it. But like I said, it's time for me to find another vet. She don't make no sense. But thanks to Secret Stuff, look his channel up. He said Lucky bathed the dog in Dawn dishwashing soap, and I thought, I watched all these movies where they get the ducks and stuff that's been in the oil or whatever, and the spills and stuff like that, and they bathe them in Dawn dishwashing soap and stuff like that. So I did it, and he's doing really good this morning. He's played with a little guy. They jumped all over the furniture, and now they're all three laid up on the divan, and little guy's they all got their legs stretched straight out, so they're comfortable. Uh, Oreo, he's right behind me on the love seat. He's right back there. He don't get within arm reach of me, and but he don't let nobody else get on the love seat. They have to get on the divan. He's very dominant over his love seat, and he sleeps right behind my recliner in his blanket. And they usually sleep on the divan or their dog beds. But they usually, I let them have the furniture. I cover it up the best I can with sheets and blankets. My ears issue naturally. And like I said, nobody comes to the front room but me anyway. And like I said, my two grown children, they usually stay in their car and watch videos, or they'll go in their bedroom and watch their TVs and stuff like that, so I don't have to worry about them. They'll come in here and eat with me once in a while on them TV trays. But usually me and the pups got this big old 36 by 36 front room all by ourselves. And yes, they're my buddies. I pay a lot of attention to them. They pay a lot of attention to me. I examine them every day for ticks or fleas. I mean, I spend a lot of time with them. That's why I knew when she said she didn't own pets, she'd actually like it was nonsense to own a pet. If it didn't like a cow or a horse or something productive or whatever. I don't think she understand the concept of a pet. And I don't want a vet that don't have the concept of pets. I want to go to another one that I used to go to. His dad retired, but he's pretty. I heard so far when his son took over, he's doing pretty good. But I switched when his dad retired because I didn't like the one they had the fill-in vet, so I moved. But I wished I just stayed back. But I'll move back over there. Since I found out she's more of a livestock vet than a pet vet. Well, that's all I got to say. I don't want to keep you guys too long, but it's time to find another vet. And if you guys got any homemade food recipes for dogs, I would really appreciate it. If you got any home remedies for ticks and fleas, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to I'm going to do a complete new concept of everything. I mean, I'm not going to get them any more treats. I think the treats, if I cook a ham or a chicken or whatever, chicken breast or a steak or something, I'm going to cut it up in small portions, and then that's going to be their treats. Or dehydrated stuff or whatever, but I'm not going to feed them out of the packaged stuff. Let me let you go, and I'll talk to you guys later.